Hello. I don't have any slides. Let's see how this goes. I planned it, but I'm trying without slides. I'm Brandon. I'm the CEO of O1 Labs. We incubated Mina protocol. We still do a lot of work on it. And we also are starting kind of a sister Mina project called Project Untitled, which I'll touch on a little bit. So this section is ZK plus AI. I think when the immediate thing you think of with ZK and AI is let's put the AI in the ZK, you know? So what happens if we put the LLMs inside our ZK proofs? What happens is it's too slow right now. So that's not really something that's viable. I think if you make the AI a little bit dumber, so the extreme example is simple regressions. That's something we can do in ZK and actually has value. There's teams that used O1JS, our SDK on Mina, to build kind of Oracle systems that could do regressions on data so that you could post smaller proofs on chain. But I think the most interesting part of ZK plus AI is having ZK around the AI. So you have your LLMs do their thing outside of ZK land, and then and then they're touching ZK somehow. Yeah. So I think I can illustrate this by just focusing in on AI agents. That's the hot thing these days, right? So for the purposes of the rest of this conversation, AI agents are little loops that are using an LLM to either answer your query or do something based on inputs, or use a tool and then do something with the tool and take that result and maybe loop back and feed back into the LLM or talk to another agent. So I think agents are just kind of starting to exist, but lots of people are excited about it. I think there's a consensus view that we're definitely going to have lots of little agents working together rather than one big agent that does everything. And that's just because if you specialize, you can do better things, right? So let's specialize lots of little things and then have them work together. So let's just imagine a little bit in the future. We have lots of AI agents in the air, in the world. I like to imagine, kind of how bacteria and viruses are floating around everywhere, and there's millions of them, or more than millions, but they're kind of everywhere in the air. AI agents are going to be everywhere in the kind of virtual space, metaphorically in front of us, So for example, you may have a set of agents that are responsible for keeping track of your medical information about yourself. So your prior conditions, allergies, things like that, right? So you have this agent that keeps track of it so that when you go to the doctor, it's easier to share that information. But you don't want that information to be public, right? You want to share it with your doctor. You want to share it if you're in a car crash and you're unconscious and emergency services come. Then you want that information to be shared with them. If you're conscious, if the biofeedback signals going to the AI agents, tell your other agent that the medical conditions, need to be shared unconditionally because you're unconscious, sure. If you're conscious, maybe you have a notification, whatever. And I think ZK fits in on the edge of this. Yeah. So what's one way it does this? Payments. Maybe if you're in the United States, you have to pay for healthcare. If you don't pay for healthcare, you just die. That's how this country works. Love it. So when you're unconscious and you need to pay for your healthcare, maybe your AI agents will pay for you using crypto. There's lots of interesting patterns of using ZK as a mechanism for deriving a private key to a wallet, so that you don't have to hold the keys on your person and people can steal them. So I think like ZK as a gateway to connect AI agents to payments is something interesting, and I know a lot of teams are working on that. I think also AI agents need to store information. Like if we think about this medical history example, that information needs to live somewhere. Okay, it could be like a flash drive that I carry around. Like that's stupid. Like what if I go in the water or something? So it's got to be in the cloud. But okay, like I don't want my my genome and my biosignals to be hosted on Google, right? Like even if it's encrypted at rest, like I have to rely on the servers being up. It's a pain in the butt. So what if there was a kind of decentralized state layer where you could store private state and then use ZK to be at the kind of interaction points between these AI agents to authorize specific information injections into the world. So I think that's really interesting. Actually, it's something that we're working on with Project Untitled. We're building this like private state layer that's decentralized, and using like ZK for the authorization part. And this can be used for a shared memory layer for agent swarms. So I think that's like super interesting. So yeah, I guess just to kind of wrap up, I think ZK or AI in the ZK, it's not that exciting right now. It will get exciting as technology progresses, things get faster. But I think what is exciting right now, or like within the next few months, next year, is ZK around the AI. So I hope that in this session on these panels, that's something that we'll get deep dives into with the panelists. So yeah, ZK plus AI equals ZK around AI. That's it. Should I have slides next time? I don't know.
Thank you, Brandon. You crushed it.